What's up? So lots happened since I last filmed anything. It's been a while since I filmed anything because I just wanted to get everything done. I didn't want to have to take the time to film because it does take a lot of time and it gets really tedious. But here's the progress. We've got an intake, we've got wiring all done, the oil or fuel is all done, the coolant lines are all finished. We even wrapped the crossover pipe for the exhaust, made some brackets for various different things. I just have a couple things left to do before it runs. I have to put on an oil filter and the adapter for it and then fill it with oil. And then hopefully we'll have our first startup. I do have to make one ground strap for the coil packs. That'll take no time at all. And hopefully it'll be running today, and if my brake caliper comes, which is the last part I need, then I might even be driving it today. So let's get to it. Alright, so I just got that part on. It's right there. That'll let me put the oil filter on. So I'm gonna put that on. I'm gonna fill it with oil first, and then put that on. And then I just got a call from AutoZone as well, telling me that my brake caliper just got in. So maybe we can even have it driving today. That would be sweet. That would be really sweet. So yeah, I'm gonna put this oil filter on, and yeah. Alright, so I've been working on it for the last couple days trying to get it driving. I discovered that this horrible bracket that I made, it'll focus, that held the AC delete pulley because I can't find the stock bracket, put the pulley too far in, too far this way, so it's trying to throw the belt. So I had to make this new one, and I'm gonna make it so it mounts it an inch further out, and then hopefully that'll fix our problem. But so I'm gonna finish up that. I just got one of the last bolts I need, and then after that I just gotta bleed the coolant and bleed the clutch, and then it drives. And I gotta put the wheel wells and the wheels back on. So let's get to it. I'm trying to get it driving today. Alright, so I just got that bracket all made and put on. It's down here. It's really hard to see, but that's it right there. That lines the belt up right and keeps it tight. And then now I can bleed the coolant and bleed the clutch in there. So I'm gonna start it up, make sure that belt works nicely, and then I'll do the coolant next. And then we'll get the clutch done, put the wheel well covers in, and then put the wheels on. Alright, so I'm editing this video and I'm realizing that there's a big gap. So there's the point where I thought I was going to get it driving that day, and I had to do coolant, clutch, and then wheel wells, wheels. Those are the only things I still had to do, but I struggled with those a lot. So the coolant was a huge pain. I spent days figuring out how to get the air out of it because I could not get it to drive for more than 5 minutes without overheating, and I got stranded a couple times because it was overheating. And then the clutch was a whole nother problem. My slave cylinder was leaking because I broke off the bleeder valve stem because it was just so old it seized up. And then so I got a new slave cylinder and then went to hook it up to the line, and I had thread tape on it, and then I cross-threaded it because of the thread tape, so I had to get a new fitting and a new slave cylinder, and then I had to cut the line, put the new fitting on, and then flare the fitting, put the new slave cylinder on again, and then I was able to get it all hooked up and working and bleed it. That was, 3 or 4 weeks ago. So there was a big gap. And then also in there between then and when I filmed next, I did an oil change after 50 miles, and then did a lot of test driving and started on the exhaust. So you'll see where we're at in just a second, but I just wanted to clarify what's going on because there's a big gap. What up? It's been a minute. Car's driving now. I've been driving it for the last week. I got it done on last Sunday, and it is Saturday right now. Today I'm going to make the exhaust. So we're gonna try and get that done. It's a little bit late in the day, so I don't know how far I'll be able to get on it, but hopefully I'll be able to finish it today, and see how it goes. But yesterday, we got some good footage. We went and did some driving. Me and my friend both got pulled over, and both of us got out of it. So that's dope. That's the second time I've been pulled over in the same place and gotten out of getting a ticket in that car. So, I don't know. But we're gonna get to building the exhaust. I think I have all the materials I need for it. Yeah, I guess we'll see when we get there. So the shop is a mess right now, so don't mind that, but I'm working on the exhaust today. I got a bit of it done. I haven't filmed anything in a while. Been really bad at just like filming everything I do, but we got mufflers on. Now we just gotta turn and come out of the slots in the back for the exhaust. So, and unfortunately everything's too tight to use like pre-bent. Unfortunately everything's too tight to use pre-bent like exhaust piping. I bought a bunch of it. I bought all the like corners and things that I would need. I even bought a Y pipe, and it's all too big. All of the radiuses are too big. So I've had to go with pie cuts. I've had to go with pie cuts for everything. So if you look down, you can't even see it. We'll have to go underneath. You can see my pie cuts there. That's the Y pipe I made. I just made, all I did was make two 90s, and then I cut each of them in half and then welded it together. And they're just 30-degree, I guess. Yeah, they're 30-degree intervals. So we're gonna finish up. We need two more 90s. These ones have to be virtually identical, so I'm gonna try really hard to make these nice. And then just a little bit of straight, and I'm planning on doing some resonator tips coming out of the back. So let's get to it, I guess. Well, I've cut a bunch of pie cuts, and none of them are the right angle. And it's just a problem with the way I have to cut them. The blades that I have are flexible, and so if I don't keep my hand at the right angle the entire time, it doesn't come out right, but that's just really difficult to do. So I might need to figure out another way of cutting them, because using that stupid reciprocating saw sucks. So I have a neighbor with a bandsaw. I might ask him if I can use that, or I don't know, something along those lines. I just need to make what? 1, 2, 4, 6 cuts. So like it could take me 20 minutes, but it's taking me hours, and I'm fed up. And the blades I used to have weren't flexible, not as much as these ones are. So it wasn't as big of a problem. Like I got the other 90s done pretty well. And they weren't perfect, but they were definitely a lot better than this. And I did spend a lot of time grinding those down to get them to be the right angle, which was really annoying. And I'm just not wanting to go through with that again. But right now, the exhaust is fine how it is. It just shoots out the sides behind the rear wheels. It's quiet enough to where I'm not like worried about it, because I drove it for about a week, 2 weeks. I drove it for 2 weeks with no exhaust, just a pipe that dumped it straight out the bottom, and it was really loud, like to the point where I didn't like driving because it was so annoying. But now it's not so bad, so I might just deal with this until I can get a better way to cut it. I might end up buying a like a $100 bandsaw, or like a miter saw maybe, but till then, that's about it. So I'll see you guys later.